How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the monthly wipe update, and this is the August 1st excavator update, and you can see that's the excavator over there in the background. We'll get to that big puppy here in a second, but we're going to let you stare off into it for a moment here as we cover a couple of things. So there's this new thing called high performance maps. And this is things like the Baron map or the smaller procedural map sizes under 35,000. 3,500, not 35,000. That would probably make a server blow up. Anyways, if you're under 3.5k or on a Baron map, there are going to be no more large monuments. They have been removed. You also will see this warning message for performance warning. If you're under 10 gigs, it pops up and tells you about it in game. And it also is a few other little performance fixes here and there. There was an issue with gun reloading when FPS drops. Looks like Andre took care of that. Terrain anti-hack protection Andre was also working on. People clipping through the map. If you clip through under the map where you aren't supposed to, you get zapped. You die instantly. Instant kill. So even if you figure a way under there, you're not going to be spending any time there and you're going to lose everything on you. So that is a good fix right there for some cheating. Andre also worked on something called the IL2 CPP testing. And they are testing a new thing with Unity. It's a compiler for the back end of the game. Their goal with this is to increase their performance and improve security. So security would be things like DDoSing and hacking and stuff like that. Also any kind of information being sent back and forth. So they're going to make a public test branch for it either this month or the next. So this is something that's kind of being worked on in the future to go ahead and improve the performance of the game alongside the whole HDRP thing. And they said they'll announce that on Twitter. They've done some UI fixes. So there was an issue where on the map, things got blurry or the teammates' names were too small. Obviously, I'm on this test server by myself, so I can't show you the teammate names, but they are fixed. They aren't fuzzy and super tiny anymore, which is wonderful. Some people had an issue if they're using a large resolution. The scopes would be tiny, a little circle, and you couldn't see anything. That has been fixed. They also fixed some stuff with misclicking and creating team issues. And the cargo ship, when on the map, should have a proper sized icon now, so you can actually see properly where it is. Diego's working on a water system optimization, so he took time this month to work on it, and he said that these bottlenecks that were happening were responsible about a 10% drop in frames for servers. So they went ahead and they fixed that. They not only fixed it but improved it, now 10 to 12 times faster, dramatically reducing the issue. So that's actually really cool. He also is working on terrain shader optimizations. So they said one of the most complex shaders is the terrain, obviously. And so that's something they need to work on. He's doing a better job at filtering out the unnecessary stuff. And you should see a 5 to 10% increase on mid-quality levels. Higher quality levels with anisotropic or parallax will see even more. So if you have those set on, you have a nice computer, it will actually possibly be more than a 5 to 10% boost, which is really cool. And Diego also did some fixes to the demo mode for you creators out there that use it. That is something as well. So that kind of covers a lot of the fixes going on. There are a couple price changes. If you look at Bandit Camp, let's see, where is it? Here we go. 1 scrap for 20 there we go. 2 scrap for 1 high qual. It used to be 3 scrap, so that got reduced. And then, let's see, I think the crude oil changed from animal fat? I mean, not animal fat, from low grade, I think. Is that what that one was? Yeah. And then if we go over to the outpost, there's a few changes as well. And I think it was, let's see, diesel fuel. Yeah, okay, here it is. 20 low grade for 10 scrap. It used to be 30 to 10. That's what happened. Bandit Town didn't change. It was over here in Outpost. And then you'll also see 1 diesel for 300 low grade. So that is the new diesel you'll need for the new monument right here. As you can see, we have 20 diesel. It stacks to 20. And for just kind of to give the stats before we jump over there, roughly for 10 diesel, you'll get about 28,000 stone, 14,000 metal ore, about 4.7 thousand sulfur, and about 400 high qual ore. So that is actually quite a bit for just the 10 diesel. So, but this thing does have quite a bit of a job to it. So let's take a look at it first. It always spawns in the desert, and it is huge. It takes up a huge building radius. Now, when I first demoed this to you guys, the building radius probably would have been like, I think you guys can see my mouse, would have been like that big. Now it's pretty much just kind of the edge of it, but it's still a big area. It would be quite a feat to wall off, but I'm sure people can do it with a huge clan on a, you know, monthly server. It depends on the motivation. But anyways, we're gonna come in here and kind of just run it. So yeah, I'll do an official guide video as well, I think. But, you know, separate from all the other stuff, but we'll go ahead and show it here. So you're gonna come in and you're gonna have to clear out quite a few scientists. You do need rad suit protection. You can do road sign, you know, with full clothing. That seems to be enough. But yeah, there is definitely some rads here. You will need some kind of rad protection. So in these buildings first, you're gonna need to clear out some guys. The creators recommend at least 4 people to hold this and take it over. But just have to see. You know, it depends on your skill set level, I would say. So alrighty. Now this isn't something that has like loot all over it, but there are some like food containers and some medical boxes sometimes lying around. So there's that. And you can now traverse from this part over to the next part. I recommend probably sniping these guys, not actually getting up in here. It'd probably be a lot quieter. Anyways. Oh, hello. And there's definitely some guys up here. Luckily we are in God mode for the purpose of just showing the video. So yeah, you can head down around here. This thing is huge. I mean, tons of people could be in this, and you wouldn't really know where everyone is. And I think that's a cool thing. There's going to be a lot of cool potential for some PvP. So we can head all the way up here. You'll see there's all sorts of places to take cover and shoot from. You can also see down into the middle here, so we're just going to go ahead and drop down into the middle. This is where the bulk of the scientists are, as you can see. They're just coming around from everywhere. There's a significant amount of scientists. There we go. More. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. All right. And I think that's pretty much all of them. So once you are inside the core, you're going to have to put fuel to get this guy going. So you're going to have to fill up the fuel tank. You can put 1 stack in there. And then you're going to have to come up here. But before we do that, I actually want to show you guys something. We've got a pager. There we go. And we're going to set its frequency real quick. And, oops, it's 4777. All right, let's remember that. 4777. 4777. Set. Let's go ahead and turn silent off. And as you see, the pager starts going off. So you can, just like the oil rig, track this, which is really cool. So that is a neat part there. Oh, looks like we didn't quite get them all. There's a few around. So now that you've got it going, you actually have to set it. So you're gonna have to come on out here, And you're going to have someone protect your fuel and everything down there, too. So that's something you got to kind of think of. But you're going to come on up. And you can see it's not actually running, right? So we actually have to go to the control room. It has 2 control rooms. So we're going to get up here. And I like to take this way down the middle. It's kind of fun. And you can go all the way down here. So here are your control rooms. It looks like we left a scientist behind somewhere. You can see the smoke pouring out there. It's running. And you can go to either side, doesn't matter. And you can hold E and choose what you want to mine. So sulfur, stone, metal frags. Oh, it's not supposed to be metal fragments. It's actually ore. And HQM. And here we go. It starts going. So you're going to have to probably protect these areas up here. I mean, it's not that bad. You can come around actually through the actual thing. And here's the other control room right here. And yeah, let's just kind of take a look at it. There it goes, right? It's grinding. Now, it will actually hurt you really bad. You can see I'm getting hurt by this blade. It's pretty much an instant kill. So I can consider that. And then, here, where's Mr. Noisy? There he is. There you go. Oh, there's another little food container. So basically, while that's running, the night these lights will turn on. I didn't show it last time. We'll be sure to show that. And I wish you could get inside some of these buildings. There'd be a little loot. But basically, it's going to fall all the way to here. You see it goes here. You can actually ride on the conveyor. Whee! Do-do-do. But you'll see, this hurts you too. So careful for falling debris. But you'll see it splits off into 2 different areas. So you're going to have at least someone guarding each of these 2 zones. This one dumps into here, so you're gonna have to actually come up on top and open, and there you go. This is your pickup on this side. And then if you go all the way over here, this one just pours off onto the ground, so you have to be careful for the falling debris again. But open, boom, there you go. Again, falling debris. So yeah, guys, I mean, that is the basics of the excavators. So then where do we get our diesel? Well, besides buying it, like I previously showed, you can also get diesel from several other monuments. That would be the oil rigs. Will have diesel on them. You break them, it looks just like the barrel. We'll show it. And then I'm blanking. Do we not have a dome? Well, dome or the sphere tank, whatever you want to call it, and junkyard. So hey, junkyard actually has a little something extra to it right now. You can get diesel from it. So we'll go ahead and head to one of those and just kind of show you what they look like. All right, guys. So the easiest one to show you is going to be dome. We basically need to get about almost to the top of it, and boom, here we go. So this is what they look like. They look just like the actual thing, and you just pick them up. You don't have to break them or anything. You just walk up to it and click E to pick up diesel. I think there's usually 3 or so spawns. Yep. Oh, here's one. Boom. Diesel right there. And where's the other one? Well, there's usually at least 3, I think, in the dome itself. I think they change around. Let's see, is there any down in here now? Yeah, I'm not sure, but you guys know what they look like now. That's what to look for, and diesel is going to be a pretty precious commodity, so that's something to keep in mind there. But one other thing to mention, this is more for skinners or other people, the jacket has actually been screwed up for a while. It is now actually fixed. The texture should be what it is. Now, I don't know why. Picture shows gray and it's red. I'm not sure on that one. But anyways, its textures should be fixed, and it should be skinnable properly again. So hey, that's actually a cool little thing there. Auto turrets using electricity has been delayed, and they just want to make sure the excavator got out and that performance fixes came out first. So that's kind of what went there, and pretty much next month, I'm thinking probably for the auto turrets requiring electricity. And yeah, there's a couple other cool things I can't wait to show you. Instruments have been mentioned, which is really cool, and that's something I am quite excited for. that the fact that we might actually see some more instruments, and that's really cool. So far, they are testing out on the instrument branch a cowbell, tenor drums, trombone, and violin. Very, very interesting. So that's pretty cool. Also to mention, barren maps will also have harbors and oil rigs and water wells on them now. So that's a little something right there. And yeah, that should pretty much do it for this update, guys. So I'll have some cool information for you not too far off from now. And when we have that, I'm excited to share it with you. It's something that's burning in my mind. I just want to share it. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great wipe and a wonderful weekend. See you next time.